Welcome everyone, we are so glad you're joining us for this Vichar Charcha. Today, we get to explore the beautiful divine wisdom from the Hukamnama for August 15th, 2025. This is a message that feels like it was written just for today, and we're really excited to get into it with all of you. So our guidance today comes from Angs 947 and 948 of our eternal Guru, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And it's so important to remember, this isn't just history or ancient text. This is a living, breathing conversation that the Guru is having with us right here, right now. And this line, this is really the heart of it all today. Naanak, the divine is found, right within your own home. Just think about that for a second. What an incredible, breathtaking promise. It really is. We live in a world that constantly tells you to look out there for happiness, for success, for fulfillment. But the Guru is saying, no, stop searching. The greatest treasure you're looking for is already inside you. It's not a journey you take with your feet, but one you take in your heart. That brings up a really big question though, doesn't it? If the answer is right here, within us, then why do so many of us feel, well, lost? And the Guru gets right to that. He starts by addressing that exact feeling, what we can think of as the worldly maze of modern life. The Hukamnama uses this word, bra, to describe the problem. And as you can see here, it means a state of illusion or doubt. I love this description, a mental fog. It's that feeling of being pulled in 100 different directions, right? You're busy all day, chasing after things, but at the end of it, you don't even know why. The Guru says this illusion, this fog, makes us wander all over the world looking for peace. But that search, it's always going to come up empty, which leads to a question we all kind of have to ask ourselves, honestly. The Gurbani uses the word dunda for these worldly pursuits. Are our days just completely eaten up by this stuff? It's just so easy for that to happen, isn't it? You've got the pressure to get the promotion, your phone is buzzing with notifications 24/7, you're always thinking about the next thing you need to buy. We spend all day running and all night worrying. The Guru is asking us to just pause, take a breath and ask, is all this frantic running actually getting me any closer to real, lasting peace? That is such a powerful question to just sit with. And the Guru makes it really clear that living in this fog, this Brahm, isn't just a harmless choice. It has real consequences. It takes a real toll on our spirit. So what happens when we forget who we truly are? Let's take a look. The second Salok just lays this out so brilliantly. It describes this downward path of the Manmukh. That's the person who just follows their own ego. It all starts with wasting your life in those very same worldly pursuits. And then, to get ahead in that chase, you start embracing falsehood. You start lying. The Guru calls this drinking spiritual poison. And when you do that, you lose your spiritual honor, that deep feeling inside that you're just not living in truth. And the result of that entire path, you're just stuck in a cycle of coming and going, of restlessness, never ever finding true peace. So you see, it's not about some kind of punishment waiting for us down the line. The cost is happening right now, inside us. It's that deep, heavy feeling of regret. It's getting to a point where you look back and realize you spent your whole life chasing the wind, and now you just feel spiritually empty. That is a huge price to pay for living in that fog of illusion. Okay, so after laying out the problem so clearly, this is where the Hukamnama just turns everything around. It's so beautiful. I love this part. Because after showing us what it feels like to be lost, the Guru reaches out a hand and says, here's the way out. This is the turning point, and it's just filled with so much hope. And here it is. This is the key that unlocks the door. Gur Parasaadee, by the Guru's grace. It's through the Guru's wisdom, the Shabad, that the divine comes to live inside our own minds. This isn't something we can muscle through on our own. It's a gift we receive. That reminds me of the Saki of Sajjan Tug. This was a man who lived a life of total deceit, robbing and killing people. He was as lost as you can get. But the moment Guru Nanak Dev Ji arrived and he heard the Gurbani, his entire life was transformed in an instant. That is the power of the Guru's grace. It can cut through any amount of darkness. That is such a perfect example of what grace looks like in action. And that grace, it leads us to understand an even bigger, more powerful principle for finding peace. And that, of course, is the concept of Hukam, the divine order. This is the ultimate way to get out of our own heads and find real, unshakable stability. The Guru gives us these amazing, powerful examples to help us grasp what Hukam is. The wind blows, the water flows, fire burns, the earth holds us up. They all operate in perfect devotion to this divine order. They don't fight it, they don't question it, they just exist in that perfect flow. It really makes you stop and think. If these massive cosmic forces find their balance by following Hukam, couldn't we find ours too? And that right there, that's the heart of it. We create so much of our own suffering because we're always trying to control everything, trying to force life to bend to our will. The Guru is teaching us that true freedom, true peace, comes when we let go of that illusion of control. It's about learning to align ourselves with that greater divine will and choosing to trust instead of living in constant anxiety. So as we start to bring this Vichar Charcha together, let's really distill this incredible wisdom down. What's the key takeaway here? How do we actually take this and apply it to our lives starting today? The path is laid out for us so clearly. First step, just start to recognize the Brahm in your own life. Notice the mental fog, the pointless things you chase. Next, when you feel lost, you have to actively turn to the Guru's wisdom for your map. Then, you practice remembering the divine within you, just like that first promise in the Hukamnama. And finally, you learn to accept Hukam, the divine order. You find peace not by fighting reality, but by aligning with it. The answer really was at home, inside us the entire time. We really hope this explainer has been helpful for you on your own path. If you'd like to join us for more daily wisdom like this, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel for our daily Hukamnama Vichar Charcha. We love reading your comments and suggestions. They really help us build this wonderful community together. So maybe the question this Hukamnama leaves us with is this: are we ready to stop searching everywhere out there and finally come home to ourselves? On that note, we wish you a truly great and blessed day. And we ask that you please forgive us for any mistakes we may have made in our Vichar Charcha or in our pronunciation of the sacred Gurbani.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ